Yo, 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 what is going on, everybody? It is great to have you with me. It is game day. The Vikings are back off of their bye week, albeit on a 2-game losing streak, and they hope to end that here today. Quick rundown, because it's not a 325 game, it's a 305 game. Thank you so kindly, everybody, for joining me. Let's see who we got in the building so far today. Shout out to Dave from Vikings First and SKOL. If you don't subscribe on the podcast aggregator or on their YouTube page, hit my boys up. That's Dave, that's Darren, that's Tyler, and on occasion, that's me. Shout out to Tony. Shout out Sodak Kid. What is going on? Vikings Funeral making an appearance. Saw you over on One Bar in Lubbock. It's good to see you here as well. Dave, right out the bat, Browning gone to the locker room to check something out for the Bengals. That's interesting. We'll talk a little bit more as we get closer. We got the matriarch, Mary, in the building. What is going on, Mary? Good to see you here as well. We got my guy, Ryan. What is going on? Good to see you. Seeing the Bears beat the Lions ticks me off more in the past couple of weeks. Well, you're not lying. You're not lying. See what I did there? But I digress. In all seriousness, thanks, everybody, for joining. Let's quickly go through the rundown here. The Bears are currently up by 8. Can they hold on? We might talk about them just a little bit. We got, let's see here. We got Vikings Funeral. We got Frozen North. What's going on, Frozen? We got a house call from the doctor. What's going on with you as well? Nervous, maybe a little bit. We got Jade in the building. What's going on, Jade? Hey, if y'all didn't check her out earlier with her reading, go check her out after the show. We are absolutely winning today, Vikings Funeral. You are correct. All right, so we got to get some stuff out of the way before we get to the quick breakdown here. Shout out Yogi. Go check out his pregame as well over on Purple Rain 247. Good to see you guys. Bears go. Okay, there you go. There you go. What's going on? Okay. We're going to do quick hitters, ladies and gentlemen, but we all know how I start. This is your first time here. I'm not grandstanding. I'm not trying to make a statement. I'm just saying hello and thank you to some people that we all need to say thank you to once in a while. I'm talking about the active and veteran members of our armed forces for their continued sacrifices for our freedom to make this the best country on the planet today, tomorrow, and every tomorrow thereafter, as well as a shout out to their family members for the time they sacrifice away from their loved ones. To the brave men and women who are part of law enforcement, firefighters, and EMS, who in times of tragedy are the ones running towards the danger while the rest of us are trying to get away from it. Thank you so very kindly for putting your lives on the line potentially every single day. That's right, every single day. And to the doctors, nurses, frontline workers, surgeons, home health care providers for taking care of us in our medical times of need. These men and women that I have named in these groups at times can work thankless jobs. So I'm going to say thank you to them at the start of every show that I do. Real quick, as always, last one of the week. Mini Me still going to the Big Apple, still running the fundraiser. Mary has donated a bunch of prizes. We're going to do one each week between Rap and I. Now, remember, Rapping for Days is going to be on Rap's channel this evening at 8 o'clock Central Time. Last chance to get an entry into the Vikings Woodrow 4-piece stainless steel set that Mary has donated. You just need to do it in $5 increments. For every $5, you get an entry into the drawing. So thank you, Kylie Mary, as always, for joining us. Okay. Real quick, NFC North Roundup. We just got done talking about the Lions once again are struggling. And maybe, just maybe, if the Bears hold on, the Vikings can actually take advantage of the Lions struggling and maybe get back into this division race. We all know that we're a game behind them, or 3 games, but we still got 2 against them that we can make up. So if the Bears can hold on to this and not do what they did the first time and maybe knock down Detroit, we still got a shot at this division. The rest of the NFC North Roundup. Oh, wait. The Green Bay Packers on Monday night, they're going to mollywop the Giants. I really hate to say it. They're favored by 7 points. Hopefully, Daniel Jones can bottle up what he did against us. Although the Packers defense isn't bad as what the Vikings defense was against Ed Donashell last year. But having said that, yeah, I don't think the Packers are going to lose that game. They've got a really cakewalk schedule. They should be 4-1. The only game that they really should lose is against us. They've got the Giants, they've got Carolina, and then they got the Bears again. I forget who the 4th team is that they play, but it doesn't really matter. The Green Bay Packers are hot, and at the end of it, we got to be on our P's and Q's. All right. I'm not going to do too many banners because I had a little bit of a long weekend, so I'm just going to run through what I'm going to run through. Injury report. Ed Ingram. Ed Ingram? Do we need to worry about the fact that Ed Ingram is going to be out today? I say that if Kevin O'Connell can figure out a way to scheme around that, we'll be fine. Yeah, Max Crosby, he's a beast on the defense for the Las Vegas Raiders. And sometimes he lines up over right tackle, sometimes over left. So our tackles are going to need to be on point. But if they can be on point, maybe get some chipping help from the tight ends and the running backs, I think we can overcome the loss of Ed Ingram. But I'm a little concerned about our running game. Now, again, the Vegas Raiders, 25th in the NFL against the run. So up until this point, before losing Ed Ingram, yeah, I thought we'd be able to do some damage against those guys. Now we still can. I'm not saying we can't, but hopefully we'll be able to get our running game on track, which gets me into my next topic. Justin Jefferson finally is back. 7 games absent, and he still has more yards receiving than any one of the Green Bay Packers wide receivers. Oh, sure, they've had some injuries too, and that's all well and good. That's part of the game. Justin Jefferson, let's get Jetta going early. Let's get Jetta going often. You know what? I'll just use the banner that I had for the other day. Prepare for takeoff. Justin Jefferson, you better get at least 120 yards and at least 1 touchdown. And I say that in the context of not necessarily just Justin Jefferson. I'm talking about the offense in general. As I have said, that doesn't mean we force the ball to JJ just to get him his yards, just to get him his touches, whatever else, but get him involved early and get him involved often and let the Raiders know, oh, yeah, this guy's got a full tank. We're going to have to account for him. And then maybe, just maybe, that'll open up the passing game, as well as opening it up for Jordan Addison. You know, he had that really hot stretch before Kirk Cousins got injured, but he ain't scored a touchdown since Josh Dobbs take over. I'd like to see him get involved, have a little bit more than 5 catches for 42 yards, you know, try to get around, I don't know, 80, 90, maybe get in the end zone. But anyway, as far as Justin Jefferson goes, hey, I heard something on the radio the other day that for all we talked about, hey, is Justin Jefferson sandbagging a little bit because he didn't get his contract, which I always thought was fooey. You saw this guy run full bore in training camps and everything else. Maybe it was the Vikings that held him back. Maybe they got a little too cute. Maybe they said, hey, we're winning. We can get through the Broncos and the Bears, get to the bye week at 8-4, and then have Justin Jefferson full tank, and we don't have to possibly put him out there. Well, you know, as I've said, and as many people have said, you know, we lost by 1 point and 2 points the last 2 games that we lost. You think Justin Jefferson might have made up for that? I don't know. Maybe. Having said that, come on out and let him run this town. He's going up against one of his old pals, one of the other guys who's been elite and who has killed the Vikings in the past, in Davante Adams. Again, Davante Adams doesn't have a Hall of Fame quarterback thrown to him right now. We'll touch a little bit on the other O'Connell in this matchup in a little bit. But having said that, you know, Justin Jefferson is going to want to show out. He's going to want to go out there and say, hey, I've been missing for a few weeks, but I'm still the king. And he's going to want to show out against his buddy Davante Adams, who prior to leaving Green Bay was absolutely one of the elite wide receivers in the NFL. Justin Jefferson, I expect a lot. Put it in the chat. What is your stat line for Justin Jefferson today? Not what you think is going to happen, but what you expect to happen. As what would be all right, that is a satisfactory return. Yeah, if he gets 4 catches for 44 yards or something like that, yeah, if the rest of the team blows up and he was just a healthy decoy, okay, fine. But realistically for me, I need to see that production. We need to get that bad taste out of our mouths of not having Justin Jefferson for 7 weeks and ultimately losing 2 close games that we could really use right now. All right, so we'll take care of that one here for a second. Let's hit the reset button. Hit those like buttons. Hit that subscribe button if this is your first time here. Let me get some shout outs to some people who I know just walked into the building here as well. Who do we got here? All right, so we left off there. Doctor, got a house call from the doctor. Good to see you again. I think I got you already, but hey, who cares? We got Vaughn in the house. What's going on, Vaughn? I don't feel good about this Raiders game. Really, Vaughn? Okay. All right. That's okay. Hopefully we have that little bit of intrepidation, and hopefully at the end of the day, we just say, hey, we was worrying for absolutely nothing. Shout out to Vikings Funeral, to all of the vet. Absolutely. Thank you for the service and the continued service for everybody. Absolutely. Appreciate you, Jade. I appreciate you. What's going on, SKOL Mafia? Good to see you. Just made it to Connecticut. All right. Glad you got back from wherever you were, but we're going to get this one today. I think we are. JDT is in the house. What's going on? I'm ready. Oh, barbecue chicken. Are you kidding me? All right. Yeah. What y'all drinking today? What y'all eating today? Thank you, JDT, for the reminder of that as well. But shout out to JDT. Shout out to DOD in the house. What's going on, DOD? Good to see you. Good to see you guys. Mafia's got us 34. I didn't even call for predictions yet. Mafia's already in the building with his prediction. We got Skoltron. Julio, what's up, Skoltron? One of the greatest handles I love, because it's got the Skoltron, which covers the skull and covers the Voltron. My favorite high cartoon. Back in the day. We got Roger in the house. What's going on, Roger? Hall will be in before the end of the game is my wish. On one hand, I'd love to see Jaren Hall, who has been labeled as designated as the 3rd string emergency quarterback. So it's going to take injuries to both. And I'm trying to remember, I should have looked this up here. I think that the emergency quarterback can go in the 4th quarter regardless, but either way, on one hand, I'd love to see Jaren Hall. On the other hand, that means that we're not doing too well. And I'll get back to Josh Dobbs in a second. But I thanks for joining, Roger. And as I said, I'd love to see him, but I don't know that the circumstances around what it would take would be all that good for us. I hope Jefferson is mic'd. Oh, yes. I do think he's going to show out. Skoltron says 117 yards. He's getting 163. All right. I will take that. Shout out Vikings Funeral for keeping me informed. The Lions just turned the ball over in their 30. Did they go for it again? Let's go. JDT says 8 for 95. I'll take that. Two-Tone Tony says 125 and a touch. I'll take that. Come on, yo. Well, we haven't played good after the bye since Dennis Green. That was the one thing you can't say bad about Denny Green. His record going into and out of the bye week over 10 years, I think, was something like 17-3 or 16-4. He was absolutely incredible going into and out of the bye weeks. And KOC and Mike Zimmer, well, definitely Mike Zimmer was just kind of mediocre at best. And so far, KOC hasn't shown to be much better. But hopefully we get that W today. Shout out to Mick in the building. What is going on, Mick? Good to see you as well. Bears putting it to the Lions for now. You're right. For now is the key part of that phrase. For now. Hopefully the Bears can bear down and actually do something for a change. Shout out James in the building. What is going on? Appreciate you as always. Vikings Funeral is holding back nothing. 14 for 190 and 2. Now that would be spectacular. Shout out to both Vikings Funeral and Miss Ashley, the combined king and queen. I know we label a lot of the queens in the building, particularly with Mary and Sarah, but shout out to Vikings Funeral for all the donations that they made on the One Bar in Lubbock show for the Dalton Reisner Foundation. Shout out to you guys as well. Mary, hit me up with that question that you put in to me in the text so that I can get that over to wrap here by the end of the show here today. Shout out to Yogi. Hit them like buttons. Absolutely. Mary says, drink those Coors Lights for me. One day, Mary, you'll be able to drink them again. And one day, Mary, we'll have some drinks together. But you better believe it. I'm hitting those Coors Lights up here today. Dan, fourth down, Campbell does it again. All right, Frozen, I appreciate it. 28. They scored again. All right, we might have this. So now this is the opportunity the Vikings have to get back into this division. Don't blow it against a mediocre to bad team in the Las Vegas Raiders. Shout out Purple Papa. We balling today. You for dang Skippy. 2 TDs for Jefferson. 2 for the defense. Woo. I would take that. We could finally just mollywop somebody just once. We can mollywop somebody. Okay. Dr. Proto says, Mary, I got you, Gavin. All right, let's hit a couple more topics, get out of here, let you guys get your food and drink on and all that other good stuff. Josh Dobbs, you know what? I'm going to play this one here. I know I played it on Thursday, but for those of you who weren't in the building, when talking about, hey, your struggles after starting out really hot, let's see what he had to say real quick.
Over analysis is for people outside looking in usually. I just take everything with a grain of salt. I comb over the tape, review my notes. Again, you identify things you've done well to build on those, identify improvement points as we all need to grow and improve in our roles. And from there, you go out and take advantage of the next opportunity.
All right, man. All right. Take advantage of this opportunity. Take advantage of it. Let the world know. No, Coach O'Connell doesn't have me on a short lease, and maybe he does. I'll talk about the coach here to wrap it up here in just a couple of moments. But Josh Dobbs, you came in hot. You were kind of the element of surprise, and then you've kind of come back down to earth. I will say one more time. Turnovers have been the Vikings' undoing. 24 turnovers in 12 games. And that doesn't just apply to Josh Dobbs. That applies to Kirk Cousins. It applies to the receivers, TJ Hawkinson dropping a pass in the end zone that would have gotten us a victory, popping it up in the air. Yeah, tough throw, this, that, whatever. KJ Osborne not picking up that pass from Kirk Cousins. Justin Jefferson extending the ball over the goal line. Oh, yeah, and Alexander Madison. I'm just going to leave that one alone. Bottom line is this. Stop turning the ball over. Josh, stop trying to do too much. Just stay in the pocket. And if you need to escape to the left or the right. Don't run backwards 6 yards. Okay? You can't do that. You might be able to do that in college. If you have that much speed and athleticism against crap teams, you can't do that in the NFL. Even against a okay at best defense against the Las Vegas Raiders. Josh Dobbs, just play within yourself. Get the ball to Justin Jefferson. Get the ball to your playmakers, but don't force it to Justin Jefferson. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Don't turn the ball over because, yes, I do think that Josh Dobbs very well might be on a short leash. But what I'm saying to you, Josh, is you need to tell the world, nah, I don't care how short that leash is. This is my job, and I'm taking it to these Las Vegas Raiders. Let's hit that reset button here. Hit that like button. If you don't already subscribe, hit the subscribe button. And also subscribe to Vikings First and SKOL on your favorite YouTube aggregator as well. Where did we leave off? James is like the Coors Light. Yeah, there you go. There you go, James. We appreciate you. Shout out Ashley. Speaking of the queen, Ashley, there she is. Thanks again, Ashley, for joining. I appreciate you. I didn't have a chance. I've been running around this week and didn't have a chance to put the purple flashback on, but shout out to Ashley for that. And if you are looking for this beautiful, beautiful shirt that she did with the purple flash, the flash insignia, and she'll customize the back for it. I had a purple and gold for days. I absolutely love it, Ashley. That being said, Ashley, we got to get a W today because I was undefeated with this towel from Mary, and we ain't won a game since I got that one from the Flash. So we got to get this W today. We got to get this W. But thanks, Join, for Ashley. I appreciate you. Got a mix of Surly and Drake. Okay. All right. He's mixing them. Ryan is mixing them today. There you go. Purple Papa coming out hot again. 45 points. Now that would be outstanding. James says 24-9. If you haven't already put your predictions in there, go ahead and put them in there because I'm going to do one more topic. I'm going to talk about the playoffs. I'm going to talk about Kevin O'Connell. So technically that's two, but you guys get the point. And then we're going to get out of here. We're going to keep this one just a little bit shorter than today. Cheer loud and proud. That's right. And by the way, did see one pitcher when I was looking up the Vikings inactives. Did see one pitcher, and there's a lot of purple in the house in Las Vegas. This is a home game for us. There might be more purple fans in Las Vegas today than there were against the Kansas City Chiefs because there was a bucket load of Kansas City Chiefs fans earlier this season. This is a home game. You have no excuse for crowd noise. You have no excuse for taking delay of game penalties or false start penalties or lining up offsides. Today needs to be a clean game, which at this particular point, let's just go ahead and circle back to the second to the last topic, and that is, of course, Kevin O'Connell. I hope you have learned your lessons. I hope you have seen that you cannot take Josh Dobbs and try to make him Kirk Cousins or even a mediocre pocket passer. Utilize his strengths. Utilize his running ability. Call some design rollouts. Call some design run plays. Run the run pass option. It would seem to be an easy thing to do. I get it. You don't want to just leave him being only a backyard football quarterback, as I've said. But that doesn't mean you ignore the opportunity to use it once in a while either. You could not backyard football with Kirk Cousins, and you can't backyard football with Nick Mullins. That doesn't mean you throw it away. So all I'm going to say, Kevin O'Connell, is this. You talked all this mess with all of these turnovers, saying, I'm going to start benching guys, and I'm going to start holding guys accountable. Well, again, 2 turnovers a game on average doesn't seem like you're holding anybody accountable, and it doesn't seem like a whole lot's changing. In the 6 games they have won the turnover battle. In the 6 games that they have lost, they have either been even or lost the turnover battle. Everybody want to talk about, well, the Vikings have been in 12 one-score, or all 6 of their losses have been one-score losses. And if we just don't turn the ball over, we could beat all these teams. We could have beaten Philadelphia and Kansas City and San Diego. That's right, San Diego, Los Angeles Chargers, Tampa Bay, as well as the Broncos and Bears. Listen, we can't cry over spilled milk. You can't look backwards. You can only look forwards. And all I'm saying about this is this. You bench guys when they're not doing what you tell them to do. You sat down Ty Chandler, sat down Alexander Madison for a series, but you're not sitting down Josh Dobbs? Okay. That seems to be a little inconsistent for me. All I'm going to say is this. If Josh Dobbs turns the ball over, you better have a hook at halftime. Should have had a hook at halftime against the Bears, if I'm being honest. And I get it. You're in a tight spot. You lost Kirk Cousins, guy who was balling out, playing very, very well. I get all that. And you had to make do with what you had. But if you want me to believe that you're a head coach, that you're the CEO, you're the field general, so to speak, your quarterback is the colonel, the head coach is your field general. If guys are turning the ball over, then dang it, bench them. And I'm not saying you got a lot of better options. I've already made my point clear. I think Jared Mahomes-Hall should actually be starting, but much less, he should definitely be the backup quarterback. And you want to have Nick Mullins be your backup quarterback. Well, not that Nick Mullins provides you a whole lot more than Josh Dobbs does. But if this turnover issue keeps happening, you need to start benching players. You're the coach. You're not their friend. And I love part of what KOC said in part of his press conference. I didn't have a chance to cut it up there, but it's just like, I got to stop worrying about hurting people's feelings. That's what you should have been at the start. I get it. Mike Zimmer didn't give a rat's behind about hurting people's feelings, and maybe he went a little too far over the top. But I had T-Bass on my Monday night show, and reminder that all members, you can get on either the Monday or Thursday night shows anytime you want. You just hit me up. I'll send you a link. You can get on the mic. But I tell my daughter this all the time. I'm your dad. I'm not your friend. And I'm going to say things that there are times you don't want to hear. And that's what Kevin O'Connell's got to do. No more of this blind loyalty to Alexander Madison, who at times, he looked better last week against the Bears, and he looked way better than Ty Chandler did, despite all the love I was giving Ty Chandler. But I'm sorry. You got to be done with this. I'm going to be nice guy. I'm sorry. It's got to stop. It absolutely has to stop. One last time, let me hit the reset button. Hit that like button. Ashley or everybody else, Dave, anybody, how many likes I got? And who hasn't hit the like button? Wipe your feet at the door. It is absolutely free. Help support the channel. Hit that share button. And come on back tonight at 8 o'clock Central Time on Rapping for Days, as well as 8:15 Central Time tomorrow for SKOL for Days, where we will be wrapping up this game and looking forward to. Okay, last one here. We're going to do a quick roundup on the playoffs. Again, the games are not done yet, but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the moment, at going into the 2-minute warning, are down 25-22. We want the Falcons to win because they're going to take the division spot, and we want Tampa Bay to get knocked down just to give us a little bit of extra margin for error. Again, the Bears lead 28-13 over the Lions. Bear down. We like that. We like that. Colts and Bengals, we don't care. Bengals are absolutely destroying the Colts. They're going to win that game. And I'm actually happy because I always like the opponent that we're facing next week to be coming off a win and not a loss. Panthers and Saints, nobody cares about that game. Saints are absolutely destroying them. But a relevant game to us. The Baltimore Ravens, with about 10 minutes left, lead the Rams 23-22. We are pulling, absolutely, for the Baltimore Ravens to give us a little bit of margin of error, because we have no margin of error left at this point. We've given away our margin of error by losing to Tampa Bay, the Chargers, the Bears, and the Broncos. Again, I can forgive the losses against Philadelphia and Kansas City. Going up head-to-head with the Vikings game, the 49ers, probably the best team in the NFL. They're favored by 2 touchdowns on this year. They should mollywop the Seahawks to give us a little bit of extra advantage there as well. The rest of the games don't really matter all that much, although I will be looking forward, even though I'll be on air for half of it, the Eagles and the Cowboys. We can see if the Eagles can drop 2 in a row. That would be sweet. All right, final predictions, and then let's get up out of here. So we're just going to change this banner a couple more times. One last time. Still doing the fundraiser for Mini-Me, so any donations you can make, just do it in $5 increments. Again, Mary has been so gracious. She has donated up to she's going to donate a prize for every last of the 5 games that we got going on here. So I'll put this overlay up here one more time. This is a set of Vikings knives, and at the end of the show, we are closing out the entries. So any $5 donations get you in an entry into this 4-piece stainless steel steak knife set that has the Vikings insignia on it. And we will announce that winner on Rapping for Days this very, very evening. All right, last one for now. Final predictions. Defensively, you shouldn't give up any more than 14 points. Yes, got Devontae Adams, and he's still really, really good. But you're starting Aiden O'Connell, taken in the 4th round. That would be like Jerry Mahomes Hall. There is no reason that Brian Flores shouldn't be bringing the house on this guy. You put 2 guys on Devontae Adams. Everybody else focus on Josh Jacobs. The Raiders don't have much else to beat you with. You should be giving up no more than 14 points. You gave up 12 against Justin Fields at home 2 weeks ago. Granted, yes, this game is on the road, but as I said, this is basically a home game for us. There is no reason whatsoever that you should be giving up any more than 14 points. Offensively, even though we just got all done talking about Justin Jefferson and what we think he's capable of doing and what we hope that he does do, you only need to score 17-21. That's all you should need to score. But it's the Vikings, and it's Kevin O'Connell, and he keeps it close to the vest all the time. Why? I don't know. One of these days, Kevin O'Connell and the Vikings are going to blow somebody out, whether that's today, next week, anytime this year. Who the heck knows? But all I'm saying is you have it all right in front of you. You win your last 5 games, you are in the playoffs. You win 4 out of your last 5, you're most likely in the playoffs. You can probably squeeze in with 3 wins, but it all starts today. You cannot afford to lose this game against the Raiders because you already have a thin margin of error as it is. In fact, you probably have no margin of error to begin with. You have to win these next 2 games, but specifically today, you must beat the Raiders. And you know what? Here's an idea. Look good doing it. Look good doing it. I don't think it's asking too much to go out there and win a game convincingly against a mediocre 5-7 Vegas Raiders team who haven't beaten anybody. And when they played good teams, they've pretty much got mollywopped. Yeah, we like the fact that they beat the Packers, but the Packers are not the same team that they are right now. When they beat the Packers, they were terrible. I mean, we thank them for it. We're not upset by it. But at the end of it, for me, they've beaten nobody of consequence. You have no business losing this game. Okay, you had your bye week. Now they're coming off their bye week too, so they've done some scouting and they prepared for Justin Jefferson. We all knew Justin Jefferson was going to play after the bye. We all knew that. There's nothing that the Raiders can do. If the Vikings play a clean game and the Raiders play a perfect game, the Vikings should still win this game. My final score prediction, 24-21. Why? It should be 31-14, but it's the Vikings. They will find a way. to keep this game close. They will either walk off with a Greg Joseph field goal, or they will actually be up by 10 points and the Raiders score a meaningless touchdown at the end of the game. So that's my final score prediction, 24-21. Put it in the comments as to what you guys got on our way out here. I will read these last set of comments. I missed you earlier. Shout out to Evil to Hope. I beg your pardon. That was a few minutes ago. Cursed jersey activated. I'm amped for the next loss. You ain't funny too, Evil, but you got your entry into that steak knives. Shout out Ryan for the $10 super chat. You get 2 entries as well. I very much appreciate you, my friend. And Mary, shout out to Mary for the $9.99. So I got you written down for those 2 for Gary and for my worthless opinion. So thank you guys for the donations this afternoon and all throughout the last couple of weeks as well. That will be continuing. And reminder that any donations made over the next few shows do get a partial match from the Rochester Public School Education System. So, hey, every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. All right, what do we got here? Give Dobb a sock instead of free. There you go. Shout out to Vikings Funeral Game. KOC is my one worry in this game. I can't say you're wrong. I'd love to say you're wrong, but I can't. Shout out to Mike Sports Vibe. Let's vibe today, Mike. Let's get this W. Good to see you. Zim philosophy is still the winning football and formula in football. To a certain extent, yes. But that philosophy, as well as where you can win games you might not supposed to win, you can also lose games that you really shouldn't be losing, but we'll see. And like I said earlier, just stop turning the ball over. This defense is playing at a level where if you just don't turn the ball over, you've got a better than 90% chance to win. You got a 90% chance to win. Purple Papa, it says 3 body bags for Daniel Hunter. Purple Papa is coming out hot today. Missed you on Rap Show. He also did it on Thursday instead of Friday, but there you go. Shout out Frozen North. What do we got? Bunch of good ones. Oh yeah, we're talking about beers. All right, let's move on. Let's go on. I think I had 1 or 2 more in here. I appreciate you, Ryan. I appreciate you. Appreciate everybody. Hoping we dominate the Raiders. Bears got the ball. It's a wrap. All right, cool. Let's get out of here. With this victory. Skulltron says 31-12. I like it. A good old-fashioned beat down. Mike Sports Vibe with the high-scoring game. You better tell Zoe to take the over if you're going 36-25, but I'll take it. Purple Papa with the 45-17. All right, I will take that. Rogers got 31-21. I'll take that. Vikings Funeral with the 34-17. Molly whopped them. That's right. And then go into cruise control. Absolutely. All right, we got a couple more comments to get in here, and then we're going to get out of here. Jefferson and Justin, Dino. I appreciate you. Fraudulent Lions at it again. Yeah, but here's the problem. We've been fraudulent too. We should be winning this game. Again, if we had, let's just say 2 more wins. Let's just say we beat the Bears and the Broncos and go into this game 8-4, and then we'd be 9-4. We'd be tied for the division, and we'd have 2 games on them. Oh, well, we'll get it. Shout out Adam in the building. What's going on, Adam? Thanks for joining me here. We appreciate you. As always, as well as Norsefius, the man with, I always do that backwards, the man with the flags. There you go. All right, again, my final score prediction, 24-21. It should be more. But hey, we'll take the W any way we can. And you know what? We get this W today. We find a way to go to Cincinnati and get the W there, and then it's game on. Yeah, we should probably be tied with the Lions today. They're just okay. And they find a way. To Lions. The Lions will always Lions. But hey, we got to take care of our own business. We can't be sitting here looking around for other teams to lose for us to get into the playoffs. We need to do our own business. We need to get this W. It's as simple as that. Come on back tonight, 8 p.m. Central Time, over on Purple Pocket Podcast. Rap and myself will be rapping for days. Again, we rotate our post-game show on each other's channels every other week. This week is his, so we will be going live right away at 8 o'clock Central Time to go over what we all hope and think will be a Vikings victory. Two-Tone Tony gets the 28-17. I'll take that, too. 11-point win. Yeah, I'll take that as well. Again, tomorrow, also, let me announce the Vikings First and SKOL page. Vikings First and SKOL, 6:05, The Real 4-0 Show. Purple and Gold for days, SKOL for days, 8:15 Central Time. And, of course, Under the Lights, 6:30 Central Time on Tuesday, going over all of the action, both here today as well as what's coming up. And why I got a good feeling about this. The only thing that makes me nervous is that I got a good feeling about this game. Because when I think we got this, it always turns into chicken bleep. But hey, We're going to get this. We are going to get this one today. The last one of the day. Facts. Appreciate you, Vikings Funeral. Appreciate every person who came through the door today. Come on back 8 o'clock Central Time tonight over on Rab's channel, and join me tomorrow night, 8:15 Central Time for SKOL for Days. Hopefully talking about a Vikings victory, and hopefully we'll be in the middle of the Packers finding a way to screw up their opportunities as well. I don't think so. I think the Giants are just terrible. They're just terrible. Too bad we didn't get another opportunity to get even with them from last season. Appreciate it all. Y'all have a good rest of your day. Stay safe. Drink a lot of booze, whether that's beer, wine, liquor, whatever you got going on. Eat some good food, and SKOL to the bowl, baby. SKOL to the next episode. And as Prince would say, if the elevator tries to bring you down, go crazy and punch a higher floor. And Vikings, punch the Raiders in the mouth and get out of there with a W. Have a good rest of your day, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you tonight, 8 o'clock. Goodbye.